Hi, I'm Winnie from vintageheirloom.com. We are a London-based website selling vintage pre-owned designer bags. Today we're going to look at the differences between an authentic and replica Caviar style wallet with shoulder chain strap by Chanel. So here I have two bags, one of which is authentic and one is replica. Take a moment and have a look. Can you guess which one's which? On your left hand side is the authentic version. Did you guess correctly? Let's look at the shape of the bag. On the authentic version, the flap is rounded off, as you can see. On the replica version, this is straightened off. Also, there is a colour difference, but this being a vintage bag is over 8 years old. It may have darkened over the years. Let's look at the embroidered CC logo. On the authentic bag, as you can see the embroidered CC logo, the width of the C should measure 1 centimetre. Where the two CCs interlock, the gap in between should also measure 1 centimetre. Let's compare it to the replica version. As you can see the double CC logo, compared to the authentic version, it's a little bit puffier. That's because the stitching is a bit longer and there are more gaps in between, whereas the authentic version, the stitching is much tighter. Let's measure the CC width. The CC logo, the C is measuring correctly at 1 centimetre. But if we measure the gap where the interlocking CCs meet, the gap only measures about 0.6 centimetres, making the replica version appear slightly squashed and uneven when compared to the authentic version. Now let's look inside the bags. The Chanel stamping on the authentic version appears underneath the press stud. On the replica version, it appears underneath the zip pocket. We should compare the general finishing touches. On the authentic version, the leather pull tabs are neatly finished and even. When you compare this to the replica version, the leather pull tabs, you can see glue residue and it's not evenly finished. Now let's look at the chain straps. On the authentic version, where the leather tubing is, the ends are neatly finished and top stitched, allowing the chain strap to run smoothly. On the replica version, they've cut corners by not top stitching the ends. So when you pull the chain straps, it's very stiff and it doesn't run smooth. Another key thing to look at is the lining. On the authentic version, there is a moire silk lining. This silk is distinctive of its wood grain effect. It's also a beige colour, matching to the bag. On the replica version, the lining is contrasting. It's a grey colour and they've used a ribbed grosgrain silk. Now let's look at serial stickers. Now on the authentic version, have the bag facing you. The serial sticker is normally found top left hand corner, front side of the bag. In this authentic bag, there is a 7-digit code with a prefix beginning 9, which indicates that this bag was issued in 2004-2005. For this time period, the sticker should have 2 double CCs in circles above the serial number and a glitter background. Chanel serial stickers should always have a glitter background, never hologram background, and with a strike-through cross as demonstrated here. With serial stickers beginning with 9, for this time period, the number 1 should be serif, i.e. with feet, and the 0 should have a strike-through. This is a typical looking serial sticker issued in 1997 to present day, but stickers prior to 1997 look very different. In fact, from the mid-1980s to 1997, each year, Chanel issued different looking cereal stickers with a mixture of logos and numbers, serif and sans serif feet, and strike-throughs and no strike-through zeros, just to confuse replica companies. For detailed information about cereal stickers, go to our blog, vintageheirloom.com/blog. Now let's look at the cereal sticker on the replica version. They have the cereal sticker in the correct position, bottom left hand side facing the front. But if you actually look at the serial number, this is an 8-digit code beginning with 16, making this bag issued in 2011-2012. I know this is incorrect, as this style of bag was discontinued from 2005, and Chanel did not have this style of bag in 2011 and 2012. I must mention that a vintage Chanel bag without a serial sticker does not necessarily mean that the bag is fake. Serial stickers do come off through wear and tear. The serial sticker system was not introduced until the mid-1980s, so older bags before this time simply had no serial sticker. And finally, let's look at the back of the bag. On the authentic version, there is a back zip pocket. On the replica version, it's missing. Let's look at the bags side by side. On the replica version, the overall appearance is much bulkier and larger. That's because the top stitching is much longer. On the authentic version, it's much smaller. On authentic versions, in a 1-inch measurement, there should be 10 stitches or more. On the replica version, there are longer stitches. When we compare the caviar skin leather side by side, the replica copy is pretty good. But if we look at the lambskin leather underneath, there is no comparison. Compared to the replica version, the lambskin feels super soft. Lambskin is an expensive leather. I suggest visiting your nearest Chanel store and feel the difference yourself. So in conclusion, let's look at the following things. Number 1, shape. Authentic wallets have a rounded, finished front. 2, CC logo. CC should be even with a 1 centimeter width, and the gap in between the interlocking CC should also be 1 centimeter in width. 3, Chanel stamping. The Chanel stamping should be under the press stud opening. 4, finishing touches. There should be no loose threads or visible signs of glue residue. 5, the chain strap. The inner chain tubing should be top stitched so the chain can run smoothly when pulled. Number 6, lining. The lining should be moire silk and the colour should be matching to the purse. 7, serial sticker. The serial sticker should have a 7-digit code beginning with 9. And finally, point 8, back pocket. There should be a zip pocket on the back of the bag. So in conclusion, one of the major differences between authentic and replica bag is the quality and craftsmanship. Replicas will cut corners and use inferior materials to maximise profit. You pay cheap, you get cheap. Authentic vintage Chanel bags hold their value because of their excellent craftsmanship. There is a reason why Chanel bags made 20-30 years ago are still very desirable, because of their enduring quality. At Vintage Heirloom, we get hundreds of emails a week asking us to authenticate their bags. Unfortunately, we do not offer this service. I do advise my customers, however, when they're buying from websites like eBay, to look at sellers' feedback, ask lots of questions, and see if they offer a money-back guarantee. I suggest buying from trusted websites like ours, vintageheirloom.com, where we offer 7-day money-back guarantee and free UK delivery. I hope you've enjoyed this video and thank you for watching.